Home security. What does that mean for you? You probably have thought that you should get a security system, but they're so expensive. They're so expensive to buy and with high monthly subscriptions, right? It actually doesn't need to be that way. I have an easy and inexpensive way to set up a home security system. Welcome back to Crap Tech for Everyone. Today I'm showing you just how easy it can be to level up your home security with this, a Eufy doorbell camera. And here's the best part. You don't need to be a tech wizard. You don't need to hire an expensive pro or sign up for any pricey subscriptions to make that happen. I did it myself, and if I could do it, so could you. 2.5 years ago, we moved into this house. Being a tech geek, one of the first things that I did was to set up a home security and home automation system. It's kind of a hobby for me,
Automated.
but it's also very helpful. I can turn lights on and off just by talking to them. I can check the pool temperature. Hey Alexa, what's the pool temperature?
The pool temperature is 53.6 degrees.
A bit chilly now for my taste, but I think there must be a law somewhere that every house in Arizona has to have a pool connected to it, right? A security system. That's something that could protect your home or even your life. Yet it's so stressful just thinking of the process, isn't it? What do you need? How will it be installed? What's the cost? In this video, I'll show you how to take the first step in securing your home with a strong home security system, the doorbell camera. For some homes, such as an apartment, this may be all you really need for your security. It's also a convenience. If you get a delivery but they don't ring the doorbell, you'll still know when they arrive. When you're away from home, you can even talk to the person at the door from wherever you are. Great for dealing with service people to give specific instructions. I chose Eufy because they're all about high quality, affordable smart home devices that are super user friendly. No expensive installations, no ongoing fees. What you buy is what you get. And the best part? You can build your system piece by piece, starting with something like the doorbell camera. It's a perfect way to get started without breaking the bank. You may not have heard of Eufy, but you definitely will. They're a subsidiary of Anchor, and they manufacture many types of smart devices, from robo vacuums, smart baby monitors, smart lawn mowing, and a variety of home security systems. Looking at my Eufy security app, you'll see that I have a doorbell camera and 3 smart locks that unlock with your fingerprint or a passcode or a key. Then I have 3 surveillance cameras that will follow a person or a subject around the lawn or as they approach the house. And I have a solar powered camera. It's kind of fun. I can move it around as needed to monitor any area of the yard. I have other security devices from other brands to turn on the lights, turn off the lights, do a number of different tasks. One of the best features of Eufy is that I don't need a subscription for any of it. They have a central hub that I could buy, but I haven't done that yet and haven't needed to because each device maintains its own memory of activity. It's a fantastic system and has been working flawlessly these 2.5 years. When there's activity I should know about, I'm notified immediately on my phone. Before anyone can approach my home, they'll be spotted by 3 different cameras. I haven't had any attempted break ins or theft of packages. The real joy I get from these cameras is in spotting the wildlife that's come by regularly, including javelinas like this family passing my front door, coyotes, bobcats, deer, and hawks like these 3 young Harris hawks hunting on our back patio. In this video, I walk you through the setup, even though Eufy has a complete guide that comes with it. I'll do this to help you make a decision of whether you're ready to buy and do the installation yourself. By the end, you'll have a working smart doorbell ready to keep an eye on your home, all controlled from your phone. So let's get started and take the first step towards a smarter, more secure home. Just a quick note. If you're just making a decision on whether you want a Eufy doorbell camera, I suggest watching my demo of the installation. It isn't too long, all the way through to get an idea of what you'll need to install it. If you decide to get the Eufy, make sure you subscribe to this channel, then click on the save option on this video. Then when you get your doorbell camera, you'll be able to come back here and follow the installation instructions more closely. Just above the description below, I'll place the links to purchase the device. These are affiliate links. This video is not sponsored by Eufy, but if you click the links, I'll get a small commission to help support this channel without costing you a cent more. So let's get started on the doorbell. Eufy has two basic models of doorbell camera, unless you include some of the older models they still sell. They have a wireless battery-powered doorbell, and they have a wired one. Which one is best for you depends on the doorbell that you already have on your door. I have the wired Eufy doorbell. Frankly, my installation will be easier than yours since I'm replacing an existing wired Eufy doorbell. The existing doorbell is working fine and it's been running without problems for 2.5 years. I really don't need to replace it, but I'm doing this so I can help walk you through the process, but also a little bit of an upgrade for me. The existing doorbell has one camera, and that has captured activity faithfully. But as you can see here, it's possible for an animal or a package to get out of sight right next to your door. The new one has two cameras, one facing down to see the packages or anything right up to the door. The new one has two cameras, the main one and then the second one that faces down right in front of the door, so you can see any packages or any wild animals there. If you don't currently have a doorbell, you likely won't have any wiring in place for it, so you'll need the battery powered doorbell. Now, even if you do have the wiring in place, you could opt to get the battery doorbell just to simplify the installation. The use of a battery-powered doorbell is only a slight disadvantage, since the battery should last an average of 4 months. But if you have wires in place, you can use the wired version. In existing wired doorbells, you have a very low-powered system. The ringer or chime is typically mounted on the wall. Where the doorbell chime is, it connects to the doorbell with two wires. When the wires touch at the doorbell, they complete the circuit, making the chime go off. However, you won't be using the actual chime from the old system. Instead, the wires of your old system just serve as power to the new doorbell, while a separate chime that comes with the doorbell is plugged into an outlet and it's triggered by the doorbell. So one of the first steps that they recommend is to pair the new doorbell with the Eufy app. It's a good thing that this is done before the rest of the install because, like most smart home devices that use your Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi doorbell requires the slower 2.4 gigahertz speed instead of the faster 5 gigahertz speed that you use with your phones, tablets, and computers. Unless you're really lucky, you won't be able to connect it to the Wi-Fi unless you have a standalone 2.4 gigahertz signal. On my Wi-Fi network, I have a guest Wi-Fi that just runs 2.4. After all, you don't want your guests staying too long because you have a really good Wi-Fi. Give them the slower Wi-Fi. They'll be fine, but not too happy that they'll want to stay.
And now they won't leave.
Even though many of these smart devices are connected to the slower 2.4 Wi-Fi, when they connect, you'll still be able to see them from the larger Wi-Fi because it's really one network internally in the router. So that whether you're on 5.0 gigahertz or 2.4, it will all talk to each other. I know this may already seem confusing, but it's worth it.
I think it's worth it.
They next tell you to ring the existing doorbell to make sure it's working. I don't need to do that since I've already replaced the original doorbell chime, and I know that this has been working. In the next step, you'll bypass the existing doorbell chime. They wisely advise you to turn off the power at the box. Of course, it's highly unlikely that you have a switch just for the doorbell on your switch box. You'll probably need a friend to help with this. One inside with a little tester like this. It's inexpensive, but it's a great way to see if there's actually power. at the circuit that you're playing with so you don't get electrocuted. The other one will be outside and will flip the switches as you tell them to. You can both be on your phone to each other, and that way you'll find the right circuit for it. You may have seen electricians or people that are very comfortable with wiring do this kind of work without turning off the power. They know how to handle live wires and they're careful about it. But take precaution. If you aren't an electrician and aren't familiar with doing this with live power, cut the power first. Now, it's actually not a regular powered line like the 110 or 220 power that you have in your home. It doesn't need that much going to the doorbell. You'll notice that it has small wires in there too, so it's not made to handle a lot of voltage. But still, it's best to be careful. These non-contact testers are fantastic and everyone should have one in their home just for routine maintenance. Fortunately, I really didn't have to do this part either because I already did it for the original Eufy. At the chime, you're placing a jumper that simply takes the power that normally flows to the chime and sends it onto the doorbell itself. This will disable the existing doorbell chime because if you ordered the right package from the links below, it includes the chime that you will plug into an outlet. From there, you'll need to mount the new doorbell in place of the old one. They include a couple of mounting plates and screws for the location you currently have. I was hoping that the existing mounting plate would be the same, but the new one actually is turned around because of the lower camera. So I did have to remove that and replace it anyway. Once you have the mounting plate in place, remove the wires from the old doorbell and connect the new Eufy doorbell. Then put the doorbell up on the mount where it will snap in place. The last step is to put the correct plug for your country on the chime plug and then plug it into an outlet. Test it to ensure that it's all working. It should connect right away to your doorbell. And check the Eufy app to ensure that you can now view the new doorbell. Hopefully, this has shown you already the value of a doorbell camera. I find that it was worth upgrading for me. I like the second camera that will show any packages that were left right in front of the door or any animals that happen to wander there right by the door. The camera just seems clear to me, including the night view. Was this helpful? Are you going to install one now for your home? It's really worth it. I mean, it pays off many times over in the long run. Go ahead, do it. I mean, I think you'll appreciate having it. If you aren't completely comfortable with any part of the installation, just find a friend who's willing to come help you with it. Thank you for watching.